Welcome back to another White Flag Devotional. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Our text for today comes out of Luke chapter 10, verses 38 through 42. Follow along with me. As Jesus and his disciples were on their way, he came to a village where a woman named Martha opened her home to him. She had a sister called Mary, who sat at the Lord's feet listening to what he said. But Martha was distracted by all the preparations that had to be made. She came to him and asked, "Lord, don't you care that my sister has left me to do the work by myself? Tell her to help me." "Martha, Martha," the Lord answered, "you are worried and upset about many things, but few things are needed. Indeed, only one. Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from her." Now, have you ever found yourself at a place where you're so busy, you're so caught up in things that you're missing what is really important, what's really necessary? You're so busy with things that are actually even important things at other times, are things that normally can be considered important and necessary, but you're so caught up in them, they become so prevalent in your life, you're actually missing the most important thing. Have you ever felt like that? I think at times we all have. See, spending time with Jesus and listening to his word is the most important thing in life. It is the thing that should drive and be the base and inform all other things. But we get so busy with life that it kind of gets put on the back burner. See, this is the main message of this short passage for today. This passage gives us a glimpse into an incident in the life of Jesus and two sisters who hosted him for dinner. This short story, it's sweet, but it packs a pretty big punch. It has a big impact. In the previous story in this chapter that we covered yesterday, a lawyer challenged Jesus by putting a kind of a test question to him. And in this story, Martha welcomed Jesus into her home. This is a pretty big contrast between the two stories. That should cause us to pause and take note, because there's a big difference between challenging Jesus with kind of a test and welcoming him in. From this short story in the context with the previous story, we should ask ourselves the question, do we put Jesus to the test, or do we welcome him into our life? Are we constantly challenging Jesus and his ways for us, or are we welcoming him and his ways into our life? It's a good question to ask ourselves. This story also shows us that we can't allow service or works for God to take precedence over our devotion to him, over our love for him. Rather, Mary shows us that devotion to God must be the basis for all of our service and all of our works. See, worship must be the base. We are designed to be in a loving relationship with him, and that relationship flows out as worship towards him. So are you missing out on Jesus because you're so distracted with a bunch of important stuff? Are you missing out on the things that he wants you to learn and to grow in? Are you missing out on the adventure that he has for you in his mission because you're so distracted with important stuff? And is your devotion, is your worship to God the foundation for your works, for your service? Or are your works and your service taking precedence? Are they kind of becoming idols in your life? I want you guys to ponder these questions and pray through them as you spend time with him in prayer and with this passage. Hopefully God will reveal to you and cause you to lean more into him as we seek to surrender to him in these ways in our life. Thanks for being with us.